Hello everyone, Chef Rob Stinson from Fit to Eat here with another delicious Fit to Eat meal. This season we're going gourmet with a French classic, Trout Almandine. But we're going to cut out all the butter. We'll also make my radish remoulade with Greek yogurt instead of mayonnaise. And we'll get started with a healthy take on this French classic as soon as we get back. Welcome back. Let's start with Trout Almandine. You can use pretty much any fish in this recipe, including catfish, snapper, redfish, or whatever's available. I prefer to use the original trout. Some people worry about the fat content in trout because trout usually has about 5 grams or so in a serving. But the fat in trout is polyunsaturated fat. Trout is full of omega-3 and omega-6 essential fatty acids. What are some of the benefits of omega-3 fatty acids? Well, omega-3 fatty acids lower cholesterol, alleviate inflammations like arthritis, and help lower your blood pressure. And it's a quick, easy ingredient to work with. So I've got a piece of actual catfish here and a piece of trout. What we're going to work with today is going to be the trout. So I'm going to slide this on the side because what we're going to do is make a little mix-up of what we're going to use as a crust on the trout itself. So let's start off, and those of you out there who have any kind of gluten intolerance or who just prefer a gluten-free diet, this one actually works for you as well. We're going to add in some golden ground flaxseed, and I love using it instead of flour. It's consistent. It's a nice quality, and it adds a certain crispness when it cooks. Now we're going to take and put some garlic powder, and don't confuse that with garlic salt, onion powder, and black pepper. We're going to mix that all together, and the kind of idea of this is we're making a seasoning as a crust, breaking up any little pieces that need to be, and it's consistent right now. Almonds. All right, we're going to go to almonds, and let's talk about them. Almonds are highly revered in some cultures and are even mentioned several times throughout the Bible. And the Romans believed the almond was a fertility charm. Well, here's why almonds are among the best. Almonds help reduce your risk of heart attack. A study found that people who consume nuts 5 times a week reduce their risk of heart attack by 50%. Probably a good idea to replace those junk food snacks with nuts, huh? Much like trout here, almonds help lower your LDL cholesterol. That's the bad cholesterol. But pay attention to serving size because nuts are high in calories, and it's just like anything else. You know, moderation is the key. Now, another study from Spain found that eating nuts at least twice a week were 31% less likely to gain weight than those who didn't consume them. There's also more protein in a quarter cup of almonds than in an egg. Almonds also help in cancer prevention and can help lower blood pressure, and it helps the rise in blood sugar levels after a meal, which is good for diabetes. So all of these things said and done, wonderful, wonderful quality with almonds. Let's take these almonds. Now, you see that we've got whole almonds that we put in front, and you were looking at those earlier. I'm going to take our almonds, and I've already toasted these, but I'm going to show you in a pan like such. Pan is on medium heat. You just kind of toss the almonds in the pan. You don't really need any oil. You don't really need anything else in there. You can start with them when they're plain sliced, crumble them in your pan as you go. And I can tell you this much, I'm already getting that nutty kind of quality in the aroma. So now we'll take those and put them directly into the mixture that we already started. So in here now, we've got our flaxseed, we've got garlic, onion, black pepper, and our ground toasted almonds. Now you're going to say, okay, Trout Almandine, it sounds like it's usually fried. Usually it does have actual kind of egg, wash, flour, and it's cooked in oil. Not the healthiest thing. Here's a great way to do this and keep it healthy. I want to put this right in front. We're going to slide that piece of catfish out the way. And as we work with this trout, we're going to take and spread some Creole mustard right on to the trout. The neat part about this is it acts like glue. It's healthy, absolutely low in calories, and with the combination of what's coming next with our radish remoulade, it works great. Sprinkle the nuts. Let's set these right on top, and sprinkle that nutty mixture right on top. And I like to get it on there nice and heavy because a lot of it's going to fall to the wayside. Pat it down. We're only really crusting one side of this. Then when we get it in the pan, we'll throw a little bit more. And then here comes the trick. No butter in the pan. We're going to take the pan off the heat, spray it with our zero fat spray, pan coating. Call it whatever you like. Let's move that out of the side. And then we'll take this and delicately put it in the pan and then sprinkle what fell off. And some of that will come off, and let's take a spoonful. That trout's a little moist on the bottom. And some of this will stay on the bottom. We're really not worried about the bottom as much as we are the top. Now, we're going to leave that in the pan at the moment so that we can come through. Let me grab my spatula here. Okay, and I'm going to turn that heat down. Remember, easy trick. If you think your pan is too hot, lift it off the heat, move it to the side, and what we want to do is see how that crust is cooking. Carefully and quickly, there you go. You see it's got a beautiful little nice brown crust on it. Turn that heat back up. And where we're going to go now is basically the idea. Let's talk a little bit about what Trout Almandine really is and the difference in this. Here we are taking butter out of the dish. Trout Almandine typically is served with brown butter. A lot of people know that's what makes the dish something that's got kind of a special flavor. Why? The butter gets a certain nuttiness on its own when it browns, and then you put it over the almonds and you've got this wonderful combination and this nutty flavor. Well, we're still going to have that. We're just not going to have all the fat inside the pan where the trout is. So you've got really the best of both worlds going on. Now, the other side of this is how do we compensate and end up with a dish that you really feel like you're getting some substance? That's where our radish remoulade salad is going to come in. The radish remoulade salad will add in some Creole nature, because Trout Almandine, it's a French Creole dish. You know, we're going to actually have, and I'm going to take one of these off, and, you know, when you look at a radish, these are beautiful quality radishes, and we've got so much flavor going on with those. We're going to slice some tomatoes to go on the side. And we're going to turn our greens into a base that's going to make this a hearty meal. So the main thing to think about is how do we get the flavors without the fat? And Trout Almandine is one of my all-time favorite. We're going to turn the temperature down on that pan a little bit. You can see it's browning really nicely. And I tell you what, look at that crust. You really are not missing anything not having the flour and the butter. So I absolutely love cooking fish, and as we said, catfish can cook this way, snapper, redfish, any variety of fresh seafood. You know, it's hard. You might have your heart set, and I want to mention this as we get into this dish, on making Trout Almandine. And you go into your local store and you can't find it. You call up your buddies that go fishing and they're like, hey, we don't have any. Don't get stuck on it having to be that one particular fish. This works equally well. Like we said with catfish, red snapper, I can actually see a little piece of grouper working really well with this. So you've got to be able to be flexible when you go to the store. You know, next phase of this, as we start working, you know, we're going to actually let this sit in the pan, and we'll take a quick break, and I might even snack on a few of these leftover almonds too. When we come back, we will get started on that radish remoulade. So come right back.
That day is all about celebrating American agriculture, about celebrating our American farmer, all the hard work he does producing our food and fiber. And it's about showcasing our local farmers. Most children think right now their food just comes off the grocery shelf or from a fast food restaurant. They need to know more about it, about how it's grown, how to prepare it, and what better to do it, you know, than Ag Day to teach them how to do some of those things. One of the things I did with Vermeer composting is learning how earthworms take old compost, like food scraps, and turn it into good, usable soil. And the 5 glove activity, they were just learning about the different seeds they can put in the gloves so they can grow some of the lettuces and things like that.
Well, we're just trying to make people aware of what's available, sort of when it's going to be available, and really sort of let the kids actually see the raw vegetable. They come by and then they ask questions and I sort of tell them how it's grown. They get to actually see the person that grew the vegetables and they know whether or not it's fresh.
One dairy we had here was Progress Dairy. They had whole milk, they had reduced fat milk and chocolate milk. And it's pasteurized, not homogenized. And so therefore you can digest it a lot easier than you can homogenized milk. We had several shelves from local restaurants teaching people some of their new recipes. It's important for you to shop at the local farmers market to help your local farmers out, but you get fresh produce, fresh eggs without having to wait on them. They're grown right here local. Just eat fresh, eat local. It's better for your health.
Welcome back. Let's talk about remoulade. It's a delicious sauce, but how healthy is it? Remoulades are usually pretty high in fat content because they're made from a mayonnaise base, which is an important point to remember because we're keeping our eye on sauces when you're eating out and cooking that add fat. Sauces can be loaded with fat, sodium, or gluten, which is added as a thickener to some sauces. We're going to make a healthy version by using fat-free yogurt. Yogurt brings a lot of health benefits to the table. No pun intended. Yogurt with bacteria cultures can help boost your immune system and give you a longer life. Yogurt lowers your bad cholesterol and helps lower your body fat, and it helps build bones. So there's all kinds of great reasons why the sauce as a base using yogurt is that much healthier. So let's slide this right in front. I'm going to move these radishes back. I want to have enough space so we can actually show you how simple this is to make. Put your yogurt into your bowl. A little bit of fat-free cream cheese, all right? And that's going to add a thickening to this. A little dash of hot sauce, and everybody has their favorite. We're trying not to use too much. It doesn't need to be too spicy. Our black pepper. Garlic chopped fresh. Green onions. We're going to save just a little bit for later to throw on top as a garnish, and celery. And now the remoulade base. Remoulade actually starts with a little Creole mustard. So this is kind of a Creole white remoulade sauce. Sometimes you'll see remoulade sauces and they look orange or red. It's just tomato that they've added. I like this version. This version is definitely different. All we got to do is mix it very well at this point. Wonderful, wonderful flavors that come out. And you can see it's got a beautiful thickness to it. We're going to take a half of a lemon, take that, squeeze it while it's facing up. Your lemon juice goes right inside. So it's got a tangy nature, nice creamy base. And I tell you what, think about that. No mayonnaise at all. All right, to move this to the side, go back to our radishes. All right, let's talk about them for a second. The best radishes in the world come from right here in Mississippi. Long Beach was once famous for the long red radishes grown there. I actually love to add radishes to my meals for the health benefits. Radishes are a natural diuretic, so they help with kidney and liver function. And they may even help against some urinary disorders. Radish also helps fight high blood pressure, reduces cholesterol, and helps protect against certain kinds of cancer. You know, even more important, I have to say, they've got a natural spiciness. They're really delicious. You can eat them raw just like I did. Now, what we're going to do, we want to save all the greens. These are radishes that came from Long Beach. We've got a pan hot on the side. We're going to spray with a little of our pan coating. Pan is nice and warm. Keep it off the heat for right now. Then we're going to take these radishes and while we're saving those greens, you're wondering, okay, we are going to use the greens as a base for the salad. So let's see, make sure we don't miss any of these guys. They're trying to hide. Then all we're going to do is just slice these kind of thin, and everybody has a little different taste for their radishes. I like to expose the center as much as possible. And let's try and get them all in there because they add such a dimension of flavor to this with their natural spiciness. All right, now we're going to take them, put that pan back on the heat, and sear them right into that pan. You can hear the sizzle start. All right, and then the trick, of course, just kind of keep those tossing. And we're going to come back. We've got a few extras here. Let's go ahead and get them all in there. Now we're going to julienne these greens. Beautiful, fresh. Now listen, I want to say something too. I've taken the liberty of adding in some fresh spinach that I got at my local farmer's market. And the nice part about that is sometimes the radishes, when they're not as large, don't have as many greens. And I want this salad to be a natural green salad. So we're just cutting up, coarse cutting, and look at that. Beautiful, nice, fresh. And that is the key. Now let's do a little table maintenance here. We'll get rid of everything that we don't need. And I'm going to toss those, go back to those radishes. I know, we always talk about that. The more you get familiar cooking this way and searing things in a pan with no oil, the healthier you will be eating. All right, now we'll have a plate. They're kind of crunchy too, so texture, color, flavor, a little spice. I can't find anything I dislike about radishes. Beautiful product to add in. And again, you know, you could twist this recipe up a little bit and use another vegetable. You could put a portobello mushroom here. You could actually even take some beautiful fresh shrimp from Mississippi and top those over the remoulade. Pretty many, I mean, I would imagine almost everybody has seen a shrimp remoulade in one party or another. So here's a different way, keeping it very healthy and making use of your local vegetables. All right, that's about all they need. We don't want to overcook them. We're going to take those and put them onto a plate. And now the real trick, little touch more of our spray. All that flavoring that was in there, we're going to take a little dash, and that's just plain water. Kind of clean off all of that that's inside. And then we're going to flash those greens from the radishes. And by flash, I mean fast. Watch, this is only going to be in there a second. And that is it. It's come right over the plate. We're going to put those on one side of our plate. We're going to move our trout back on the burner. And then let's kind of work this kind of setup here, if you would. Where we're going to go with this next, take some fresh sliced red onion. They're so pretty in color. They've got greatness. And you see, I took the liberty of slicing them very thin. And we're going to also take some egg whites and use the egg whites almost as if it was crumbled cheese to add, and boy, it adds protein to this dish. Aren't you saying, wow, the color is already looking so nice. When we come back, we'll finish this by slicing a tomato, but let's, you know, we're going to get ready to put this whole dish together. It's a beautiful meal, and we need to talk about the nutritional aspect. And hey, don't forget to check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/MPB Fit to Eat. So stay tuned, come right back, and I'm going to make you one of the more beautiful meals you've ever seen with Trout Almandine. Welcome back. We're going to put this meal together, but before we do, let's talk about the nutritional aspect. One serving of this grilled trout almandine with red radish remoulade sauce has about 419 calories, 7 grams of carbs, 52 grams of protein, and 18 grams of fat. Now, some of that fat comes from the healthy fats in the fish and the almonds, so don't let that number scare you. And about 1 gram of fiber. So, I mean, unbelievable. Now, let's go ahead and finish the last little touch on here. Beautiful, ripe, local tomato, 3 slices. All we're going to do is fan those slices right across the middle of the plate. Going to take some of our remoulade sauce and put it right in the center. Then obviously time to get the trout on the plate and that beautiful almond crusted trout on the plate as well. And let's put our radishes all over, a little bit everywhere so you kind of get the flavor of them, and I like to throw them around the edge. Beautiful, beautiful flavor. And you remember me saying I was saving a little bit of our green onion just to have a little color over here on the fish. And grilled trout, almonds, radishes, yogurt, put them together, And you've got a healthy meal that doesn't just keep you from keeping pounds off, it actually helps you lose weight. You can eat something delicious and still lose weight. Isn't that great? We'd love to hear what you're doing to lose weight and eat healthy. Check in with us on Facebook and don't forget to tune in to the next show. See you soon.